Yep. Mike. Yep, our mic's good. Okay. What's up, guys? Just waiting for a few more people to join. All right, earnings. Let's check out earnings first, and then we'll go through earnings. We have PLTR, Cody. Wow, I haven't played Cody in a while. Let's see if I even have. I should have charting on Cody. It's been a while. This thing's destroyed. I used to play this. I think I played that run up right here. Uh, PLTR. Not really looking for. Wow, PLTR done. Done. Trash company. It's not a trash company. They just don't. Their money is trash. The money. They're not a trash company. They make money off government funds, and they really don't make money. They're kind of like a zero profit. But man, they're down to $8. After hours, we have Upstart, AMC, Plug, NVAX, Clover. A lot of these because IWM, Tattooed Chef, Blank, Lemonade. The morning we have Peloton, Cruise Line, Norwegian. Um, so tomorrow night we have SoFi, Roblox, Oxy, Trade Desk, Coinbase, Unity. Tomorrow night could be a pretty nice one. Rocket. I used to like playing Rocket. Disney on Wednesday. Beyond, Fiverr, PaySafe, huh? Bumble. So not bad on earnings. Definitely nothing I really want to play. Might play some sympathies, but you want to pick up long-term shares. I'm gonna grab my son and bring him in this jumper roof. I'll be back in 2 seconds. All right, back. So not bad on earnings. Glad earnings season over. Always fun. But ES, um, down big, kind of recovering a little bit. We do have this little gap at 4021, down to about 4015, very small. But I think all eyes are on like 4,000 to 3965. Definitely need to keep that 4,000 area. You can see how many previous times we popped up once, twice, three, 4 times we popped up from there. Gonna be hard. I've marked up some smaller time frames ES that I might play, where we have kind of our overnight sell-off at 4082, where we have our base drop. Mark off that other drop, that base right here. And then where we're kind of popping up, recovering. So, gonna be a little hard today because are we gonna have a continuation down, or are we gonna, fill that gap up on SPY? Which we only made a like 405. We made a very small gap, so we might even open up with no gap, which is going to be definitely interesting. But um, Tough times, tough times. But yes, I got the smaller time frames. I'm definitely gonna let things work. Probably do some more intraday plays. On supply and demand that's formed intraday. VIX is tapping our, I think, a 4 hour, kind of tapped our 4 hour right here. Supply, I've been charting VIX a little bit, supply and demand. It seems like we're gonna cap out 37, 37, 38 seems to be our high, except for when COVID, right? That was COVID. Yeah, our COVID high. Which our COVID high, we hit 86, but since then we've been kind of capping out at like 38. We've been in the 40s twice since COVID, so I really can't see us getting any higher unless we're gonna do a market crash. Which personally, I mean, I don't see a market crash. I mean, we're just correcting a really big correction. I was in the video last night I posted. You know, before COVID was right here. Sometimes I don't like these circles. Post see post COVID, we're right there, and we're up here. So post COVID, we're actually pretty solid, up 20% since COVID, and our market, our economy has still been in pretty cruddy area, and we're still printing money and all that. Um, but that's gonna be huge, huge support if we ever get back down there. 3392. Um, Not bad. There's just really no like major catalysts like COVID or the housing market crash or all that. I mean, yeah, they're changing rates and all that. I think Biden talks Thursday. I don't, does he talk tomorrow? Biden gave remarks on Tuesday. CPI's PPI Thursday. Where's like my? That's CPI. CPI is okay. Yeah. Today we just have wholesale inventories. So tomorrow Biden's talking before CPI, which is very interesting. A Wednesday we have the CPI, federal budget at 2. Thursday we have jobless claims and PPI, the producer price index, and then Friday really nothing. University of Michigan market sentiment. Um, but yeah, it is Tuesday, which I'm surprised he's talking. He usually talks when the news comes out about CPI. I don't know. All he's gonna do is talk about gas prices. Okay, that's what I'm gonna tell you, because that's all Americans think about or really want. Okay, we'll just go through some charts. Apple gonna have no gap. Really wanted to hit this 152, see it pop up. Pretty with extended. We did have a gap down, but we are making our way up. But 90, 92, 152, or my daily demand starts at 151 and a half, where we had 15 green days in a row. See if we could get a little bit, a little bit of buyers back at that 152. AMD's my top watch. Posted on Twitter. 92 is being held. You could tell previously 92 was a resistance. Once, twice, 3. Here's the day before earnings where we just had that really weird consolidation. Earnings pop up, held once, held twice, kind of another pop up from that 92, and it seems like we're popping up from 92 again. But the bounces are getting smaller and smaller, so that means that demand is a little weaker and weaker. I have kind of on the we have a little gap up above. I don't know if that's considered filled from 98.20 to 98.48, but like I said, buyers are holding 92, sellers are kind of holding that 100. You can tell we haven't got past that 99.50, 99 to 100 area. Seems like sellers are coming in, and buyers recently pretty holding 92. But look at that shape, and then if I go to Nvidia, you can see what happened before. We go on the daily right here. Kind of had this little diamond heart shape, whatever you want to call it, the huge drop, and then we're kind of doing it again. It seems like we're just having consolidation. Might see another drop, below 177. 147 is the next biggest area I'm looking at, possibly. I don't want to go that far down. 157. This is if tech continues to sell off. But Nvidia, their supply and demand is really not. I really don't like them right now. I mean, we could pop up from this one, but honestly, I don't like it because I already played that one bounce. Usually, if it bounces once, I don't like to play it. Like right here is what I look for: first initial bounce, I sell off. Tesla's gapping down big time. That 821.70 is going to be that low pivot. I'm definitely looking for kind of that 800 area, the 780 possible bounce there. I think we have a we have a 24-hour at 795.35, and then a daily at 780. 24 hours overnight. That's why I like to use the 24-hour. This gives you the overnight session. Oh yeah, gives you the overnight session. Daily does not give you overnight session, so I like to chart both those up because the overnight session sometimes does make moves. We do make moves on overnight session. But yeah, Tesla's starting to come down to here where we had one, where Tesla moved, 50% in its stock price. So let's see if we can come down here where buyers want to buy it up. Seems like a pretty good price at 750 where buyers want to, once, twice, bought up 3 times. See if they're going to buy it up again. Facebook's interesting. We have a gap above, this huge gap above, and this gap below, which I need to fix this alert. Low of 192.90. So Facebook just chilling between 2 different gaps from 2 different earnings. Kind of lower. Lower time frame, we have our demand right here above this gap where we kind of bounce just a little bit. So let's see if we can bounce from that area and take it up to that 207. And then, if we do want to like have a little dead cat bounce, that's the path. So, the path I'd like to see. Bounce, buddy. That's the path I'd like to see. I feel like market makers are making this move a little too quick. We're down 5% one day, 3% the other day. Usually they like to fake it out, and not have complete huge red days like that to sucker. They need liquidity. They want to sucker us thinking, oh, we're gonna recover, we're gonna head back up. This is low. People start buying in, and then they drop it even more. So I'm surprised they're actually moving the market as fast as they are downwards. But also, before FOMC was sideways for 2 days, so that could have been liquidity. Microsoft, we're kind of having this little broadening range here. Like to see it get down to like 259. Let's see, right here probably. Maybe 264. Looks like we broke this zone. Do have that gap above, but a lot of stocks are going to gap down. We're either. I'll check out INTC in a second. We're either gonna continue down or we're just gonna fill that gap up and then continue down. Definitely keep that on watch. INTC. Let's go higher time frame. I mean, yeah, this is a pretty solid support. Wow. That's pretty. That looks crazy. Thanks for Rodolfo. Thanks for pointing that out. That's pretty crazy of a support. The previous resistance here. But you gotta remember the trend is down, so supports and demand zones. Demand zones are on the bottom. You wanna those are a little weak. Trend is your friend. How many supports were broken on this move from 68. You know that's why demand bounces are. You have to be confident. You have to have your stop loss there. If we're heading down, you kind of want to respect your supplies. But I mean, yeah, that's long term. INTC leap. I wouldn't hate. I mean, the only problem is it stopped short of that all-time high. But leap buys, I wouldn't hate. I'd get close to the money to leap. Um, especially if I don't think it breaks below that 37. But also, I mean, tech's getting destroyed. A lot of stuff happened. Asia, Europe economy is not looking good at all. The government's just continuing to print money. But that looks pretty cool. That's a good looking chart. That's why I said a good looking chart. You just tell how it respects its supply and demands on a weekly. There's that one sell off. It's just a good looking chart. That's what you want to see in a chart. High quality support right there. I'll go back. But also, you kind of look like a Head and Shoulders, which Head and Shoulders is bearish. And then we have a little gap below 42. Go back to NVIDIA. No, Square. Square, not really touching Square. Super weird earnings. Earnings pushed up, hit my supply overnight, sold off. And then first thing just completely sold off and then recovered pretty well. It's just super weird on the earnings. See what Moderna's doing. Moderna, I'm watching this one, like the 130 to 129 area. See if we can have a pop up from this supply. But this is why I like broad information. So if you guys could chart like these, they're really nice. They just show exhaustion. You know, the strat is all about them, but I just like to chart them because like you don't want to go long them or getting up here. You know, that's kind of where the stock's getting a little exhausted. You know, kind of want to start looking to go short. You can just tell how it bounces back and forth between these zones. But you know, it gets bigger and bigger. Eventually, it's gonna get broken. Uh, Netflix looks done. Disney earnings could drop Netflix like a crazy if Disney reports horribly. Disney was taken off, like the Bank of America. It took two tech companies off. Want your book? They took two kind of tech companies off and put like Kroger and Kraft Heinz Foods on there. Uh, well, PayPal's done. Roblox, this thing's ugly. I might grab a earnings call lotto on Roblox. I mean, how much farther can Roblox go down? Not a good reason to take a play, but we'll see. Oh, you're home already? He's fussy. No, I turned it off. Anyway, you had it last, I think. No, it's in the crack. Um, wow, snap, huge gap down. Twitter, I think Twitter's just gonna stay sideways. Upstart has earnings. Airbnb, this thing's, and this is last hope for Airbnb right there. That was a horrible swing by me. That was a bad call swing I did. Went green for like a day and that was it. BA, we're in a daily demand right here, but also, you know, it's already been touched once, twice. So it's a little weaker. Baba, just continuing to go down. Daily demand here, probably gonna hit it today, but I mean, if Baba breaks below that, who knows? Should have taken a swing put here with that break below that triangle. Pretty nice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drop. With another drop today. But everything, I mean, it's gonna be a hard day looking for upside. You know, the only thing I think is if we want to fill the gap on SPY, but it looks like they don't want to. It's starting to go down again. No, definitely watch. that gap fill, I'm going to set an alert on it. Overnight gap filled. So definitely watch, if stock comes up, fills that gap. See what it's looking like. So, we overnight we did, but if you do open up below that gap, it's still a gap. Yo, that's gotta be a fake account though. Some guy I watch on TikTok retweeted my stuff, and I go to his page, and he has 2 followers, so pretty sure it's fake. Yeah, they spelled real wrong. J Pele. I don't know why people got fake stuff on Twitter. Oh, we have coin earnings too. Hopefully y'all, swinging Bitcoin took a hit. Where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin still took a hit. I'm under 33. Wow. We're in like a weekly demand I charted. I like to do supply and demand on Bitcoin sometime. Here's a weekly, you still respect it. We have a drop, base drop, came back up here, touched it, there's that rejection. So we're still getting sellers from up here. That's how it kind of is. You sell, agree on price, sell again. You want that price to come back up here, and then drop again. Check out the strike prices on SPY. They haven't updated since Friday, so, or they just crazy widespread. No, Weeble hasn't updated yet on mine. I still have volume in there. Usually the update. I mean, see, the problem is that your VIX is so elevated, so premiums are gonna definitely be pumped. When we get down here, SPY should be back down to like 20% IV. That's why, sometimes when I look at Tesla, it's hard to play because the IV is so high. Square. I was looking at Square puts before earnings, where it kept falling, and IV was like 250. Then I realized they had earnings, but that's just I don't like to play high IV because technically, if we do have a high IV, usually it goes down. When IV goes down, you lose money. I want to see IV low because that's when you start swinging because your IV's low. So you make money in price and you can make money on IV. Um, like Rocket. One time after that huge Rocket earnings, right here on earnings, the next earnings, I got in kind of at this low and swung. Price wasn't up crazy high, but we're up like 300% on our contracts just because that IV push, because everyone started, looking into it because they wanted that move again. I caught that move. I did earnings on that. That was crazy. But man, destroyed. Just talking about MO. MO is just consolidating underneath that high. Let's see what ES is doing. Also push up into the zone. You do have that gap down on ES, when it opened. ES does not like gaps. But, with a gap down, I don't like those huge gap downs. So, you gotta wait for that intraday setup. There's that right here. That would have been a nice SPY scalp right there. Suppose the portion of the 403 to 400 gap on SPY has been filled because the pre-market low is 402. I consider to me, I mean, people consider gaps different, but for me, you know, we did get into that gap. That gap's a yellow box right here. But to me, gaps are during market hours. So, we're actually going to, we're right here. So we're not in that gap during market hours. Because this is probably not a gap. Is a gap off during market hours or not? Let's see. So you have that little, it's a barely any gap up. So technically the gap overnight session is right here at 401, which we didn't hit. So I personally consider gaps during market hours. So we open up, if we do open up above that 405.73, SPY won't have a gap because your candle's going to be like this. If we open up here, your candle is going to probably look like that. So there's no gap right there. We need price to, you know, we need price to start here. Then you look for kind of the gap fill. Kind of look for that gap fill, kind of like a little consolidation, then a drop. Let's see how that 15-minute supply played out. Look at that, beautiful. That's all you need in the market, guys. Just that little play right here. 15 minutes, kind of not the best, but 15 minutes been working pretty well on ES. Um, like I said Friday pre-market, I was like, we had this jobs data where we pushed up. This was on my video last night too. Jobs data where we pushed up. We had here's our chart. The demand supply is charted right here with that drop. We based and then we dropped. So when we're charting this, we chart that 15-minute right here. You can tell when we came back up, we touched here, we hit the low of here. It looks better on a smaller time frame. But also we had that drop, base drop, so we actually had here. So when we go down to the lower time frame, it's today. Here's that drop, base drop. We come back up here and look, we rejected. That's when I think my SPY puts here, minus 1%, pretty killer move. Hit it once is where I usually go like that. And then we came back up to that jobs data sell off right here, and look at we had that little move here. I probably wouldn't have gotten there. I probably would have got here. Nice half percent down. We could tell, 15 minutes on Friday, 8 minutes. Um, we just respected. I gotta find where it's at. Right here. We couldn't get past that sell off from the data. One rejection, two, three. But also on like the downside, look at this 15-minute where we sold off and then had a huge push up. Then we also had a base rally right here, which we came down and actually touched, basically touched it right there, back up. But also we have that 15-minute, and that's where, look, the first time it came in here, end of day. Like this would have been a killer end of day. 1.5% move up end of day on a Friday. if you're able to. But there is like, we tapped the first time we tapped that right here. Well, we tapped it back here, but nice little huge move up. So that's what I'm kind of looking for. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Here's one down here, and then we could possibly have one here. But 15 minutes are a little bit harder because they're lower time frame. I I kind of like prefer the higher time frame. Gives you better conviction. You could go a little higher. These ones could, you know, this one could be moving up on momentum. You take that little 15 minute, and then you're, not looking good. And then 15 minutes, there could be a lot in between these. And I'm going to go ahead and delete that alert on SPY. We're right there at that gap, so we're really not. So that's that low right here. So actually, we don't have a gap on SPY. We need to open up above 405.72. I'm just gonna probably live stream for like 15, half hour, and then hop off of it. Hopefully we could. Right, I gotta take a move early on. And we're open. DraftKings entering daily demand. Like I said, any demand is gonna be a little tough to get into. It's a super old daily demand too. Did take a AMD call, just on a lotto style on that 92 hold. If it does hold at 92, 91.37, 92 area, could bounce, could be a nice little bounce up to 94, 95. If it gets underneath 92, I'll probably cut it so it's not the worst lotto. Moderna's up 3%. AMD is gonna break below. Bounce out that 92.03, but man, this price action's crazy. I'm selling 8.84. I sold half at 0.84 on AMD. ES does have a gap up. Yeah, F4021. I'm in AMD calls. Yeah, I'm already mainly out. That 92 hold. It, I thought it would hold better, but this is weird. Wicks. But I mean, they're dropping the market too fast. That's what's killing me. They're loading up on 531 to 442 calls on SPY. 30,000 volume. 30,000 volume already. Damn. Leo's inputs. Yeah. We're work. Yeah, we're working on getting his Twitter integrated into his channel, which I thought Roy would take care of, but you got Netflix green, MU green, Moderna green, Upstart green. That's about it. Peloton earnings, Professor. You still holding your shares? That's crazy, dude. They've been destroyed. Yeah, I want to hold on to AMD, but Apple's getting weak. I want to get Facebook there. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna end the live stream. Appreciate you guys joining. Definitely start doing it more often. Pre-market, waking up earlier, getting set up. But y'all, appreciate it.